Hi, Midnight's Dark Angel and Starlight's Ruby here. Got my virtual jacket ready, so that's new. Bit of a disclaimer before I watch the episode. Basically, I've done the same thing. I've slept late, woken up early, so I'm very tired. It takes me quite a few times to watch an episode before I see everything. I miss a lot in the first viewing. I take like 10 viewing just to get everything. So if I misinterpret stuff, or don't react, or I didn't notice something, trust me, the later viewings I get everything, because I remember I messed up the Seats logo last time and everyone was like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, yeah, I know. 41 minutes I thought it was as well. Oh fuck. Wait, I want to go through this. Blood and gore, death, sexual innuendo, violence. Oh my god.
Before we get rolling, this video is brought to you by HelloFresh. You see this? You jealous? You jealous of this, bro? Well, now you too have the power to begin cooking amazing din-dins like this one with 8 free meals. That's $80 off your first month of HelloFresh. Just go to HelloFresh.com and enter the promo code ThomasSanders80. You can't have this, though. This one's mine. Cook your own. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Oh my gosh, I'm late. Gotta do this video. Get ready? No, I don't have time to get ready. I can do this. I'm awesome, and I can do this.
Eyeshadow in the back of the eyes. Oh. I meant same, to be honest. I relate to this very hard.
What is up, everybody? How are you all doing? Comment below, because the human connection will make me feel like a person again. What? Sorry, that one was supposed to stay up here. Help me. Oh, there I go again.
Are you sure there's not a dark side?
Really tired. Can't talk because of the tires.
Same.
I just couldn't get to sleep last night. And I think with that new addition, that brings the grand total to everything. Everything is going wrong in my life. Even my thoughts are starting to go wrong. Oh, come on, no!
2 at once?
What are you talking about? Sorry, let's talk about something else. Yeah, let's. Uh-oh! Here comes the noblest Roman of them all. What up, plebes? Oh, hey, Roman, we were just talking about something else.
What?
What? Yo, what?
What?
Nothing else. There's nothing else. We were just talking about something and never anything else. Is that okay? Wait, are you all seriously not going to let me in on what's going on here? Hadn't already said we were talking about something. Singing to myself, 'cause I'm not uncomfortable at all. Secrets are no fun. Tell me now or else we're done. Look, you don't want to know unless you want to be deeply troubled. I do. Mystery loves company. It's misery loves company. Not for me, it's not. I am not feeling any love or misery because it's a mystery for me alone. I have yet to receive my invite to the pity party. Thomas, come on. You can't have a ball without a prince. Just leave it alone.
Roman, no.
Seriously.
Oh.
I can't believe you're making me do this. What do you need? Logan, do you know why everyone is so moody bemoans? Oh, goodness. Are they still disconcerted? That's putting it a little lightly, Logan. Or your reaction is a little too extreme. Well, that's easy for you to say. Why wouldn't it have been easy to say? It was an 8-word sentence. That's not exactly laborious. What he means is that you're not a great judge of what is and isn't an overreaction. Your most extreme reaction is an eyebrow raise. Falsehood! I stand corrected. There's the one for today. Logan, put on your blinders. Or in this case, take off your glasses. What are you talking about? Look, I barely got any sleep. That's the best joke my creativity's got. But seriously, ignore them for the time being and explain to me what is going on here. Well, last night, Thomas struggled to fall asleep due to persistent, troubling thoughts about... Whoa, stop what you are saying. Whoa.
What?
You guys are acting fishier than the Kraken's crack.
Why is
Alright, so I'm acting fishy. So sushi. I mean, Sunni. Don't act like that was an accident.
Everybody virtual. Let's give it up for the perf man.
Just tell me. Blurt it out if it'll be easier. Like,
Yeah, why
ripping,
they exclude
the sword from
Robin?
the stone. That was canonically not easy. Yes, only Arthur was able to remove the sword. May the odds be never in our favor. But this isn't the sword in the anvil. You mean the sword in the stone? Why don't you read the book and see if you still need to correct me?
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, I guess Disney was more faithful than we all thought. What I mean is that talking about this shouldn't be as impossible as liberating the sword from its ferric prism. I don't understand why we must prohibit any and all discussion about the intrusive.
Please,
I'm
stop.
going to prohibit your breathing
I
if you
really
really
don't
don't want to think about it. You know exactly why we're not talking about it. But Logan, if you continue to push this, we're going to end up in really dangerous territory. Push what exactly? I'm sorry, but I can't condone any more of that kind of thinking. Please, just listen to us.
Fuck.
This time. We're going to talk about something else now, okay? Patton, what are we talking about? 2005's Just Like Heaven, starring Mark Ruffalo and Reese Witherspoon?
Thank you. I love Mark
Sure.
Ruffalo.
Oh, great flick.
The fact.
I'm really out of it.
Virgil
The very
and
scene,
Patton
Just Like Heaven, that won the
are
Teen
very
Choice Award for Best Chick Flick. You
uncomfortable.
Ruffle know it. Were there any other Just Like Heaven films released
Oh,
in
the
2005
Kudos.
starring Mark Ruffalo and Reese Witherspoon? If they got married, then he'd be Mark with his spoon. Am I delirious, or is this the funniest video I've ever made? That's ridiculous, Roman. Have you ever heard of What's Mine Is Yours? They be Mr. and Mrs. with their spoon. Patton, that was my joke! You hijacked my joke! You hijacked. You know what I never got
Hijack.
about that movie? Why it won Best Chick Flick? I love Just Like Heaven, and I'm not a chick. Of course you're not a chick. You're a metaphysical human being. A chick is a mere half-bird. Have you ever imagined killing your brother? No. How is she a ghost if she's not dead? Perhaps she was accidentally and unknowingly astral projecting. Oh, or maybe it was an out-of-body experience. I thought astral projecting was an out-of-body experience. I don't know. I'm just glad the movie had a happy ending. That is what makes good cinema. So there wasn't really a ghost. Talk about ghost baiting. Of course she wasn't a ghost. Ghosts are evil, except for Moana's grandmother. Well, if there's one thing I know, Reese Witherspoon isn't evil. I resent that. Ghosts aren't evil. They just scare people because you never know when they're going to show up. Okay, I take back what I said about ghosts.
Oh, shit!
Ah! You killed him! It's the Duke. The Duke?
You told me there was no sides!
Care to explain
Dark
further?
side, dark side,
Who is he?
dark
What is he
side!
doing here? Oh, I just love showing up where I'm not invited. Can someone tell me who he is? It's kind of hard to explain. What? No, it's not. You just lack imagination. Let's start from the beginning. Adam and Eve bought knowledge for the small price of a little sin. They also lost eternal life, but what's fruit without the pits? Apples don't have pits. I am the Duke, and it's high time that I dropped in.
What does
And
Duke
since
mean?
you haven't puked yet, we'll know they're wrong when they call you sick. It's unicorn horns and dragon tails, Roman's dull creativity.
Is this a...
If you want the spectrum,
Wait, that
then
outfit.
you'll need a little help from me. From unicorn horn to rats impaled, I give these thoughts generously. If you really want to challenge your viewership, then you need to stop limiting me. What in the have I been drinking? It's fine. It isn't you, these thoughts you're thinking. All right, you've got to stop this guy from singing. I love how
Hey,
you try. It's so cute. Let's resume. Sure,
I love this.
People don't like me much, Thomas. But that's only just because I'm honest. Good and bad is all made up nonsense.
I can't stop looking at the outfit.
But do you promise? Thomas, speaking of honesty, recently a snake offered me a morsel from the tree of knowledge.
Oh!
You're wanting to be more honest and be direct dealing with your issues. No longer will you deceive yourself about the ugliness within you. Neat! You want to face facts.
You did a deceit.
Night thoughts get pretty sick.
Oh.
If you shared those musings with your friends, I doubt they would forgive you. Even though everybody sins, everybody dies. Why deny yourself knowledge? Say knowledge of yourself. You don't need to feel ashamed with your dear old Duke. You need not.
Okay, but
decency.
I knew this was gonna be a
You see
dark
this
song.
amplifier?
I knew
I
it.
see it too, cause you got a fiend in me. So clap your feet and stomp your hands and dance off your booty cheeks. You can then pet your bottom.
There we go,
up
there
to
comes
your
the
when all your
uncanny valley. What is happening?
The blowhole of a dolphin. Your best bud trapped inside a
No,
coffin.
don't.
Your grandma choking on a lozenge. Your pet dog stuffed into a sausage. These sorts of things are only thought in the mind of a man whose soul is truly rotten. So let all your hopes of heaven be forgotten, cause your head's not in the gutter, pal, it's in hell. Hell. Hell.
Green colour
The
there.
kind of mind you can only find in through.
Just looking at the colour schemes there.
Was horrible and horribly unhelpful. Look, Mr. Duke, I'm really stupid right now. Just tell me who you are. Simply. Why, I'm your creativity.
Shut your mouth.
No, that's Roman. Yeah. Also me, though.
I knew it.
Roman is sort of like Netflix Kids and Family. He's the option that you select.
I knew
if you
it!
want to block out all the juicy stuff.
This is our version of
Juicy
Pride
in
who's
that
not
context.
Pride. Oh my.
Juicy butthole? Less okay. Yeah, your beehole needs to stay zipped up in your pants where it belongs. Why do you want to stifle your own creativity, Thomas? I'm sorry that I don't see the creative merit in juicy butthole. Oh, come on, Thomas. There are different kinds of creativity. Just take Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, acid brain sex zombies, they're sort of... Let me stop you right there. Jeffrey Dahmer was not creative. He was destructive. And I'll thank you to never bring him up again. That's right. Just shut it down, Thomas. You should do no such thing. You cannot force the Duke to retire a topic of conversation. Yeah, repression can be very bad indeed. I mean, just take Jeffrey Dahmer. He used to have these pretty funny thoughts about torturing animals. But you know, he hated them. He thought they were horrible, and he tried to force them out. Lot of good that did him. It didn't do him any good. Yeah, right. In fact, that kind of repression doesn't do anybody any good because it doesn't work. In the 1980s, Virginia psychologist Daniel Wegner performed the white bear experiment, which
I'm a bit
demonstrated
blown
that
away
the
right now.
more
Sorry, I'm
one
not.
tries to force out a thought, the more intrusive and or repetitive said thought becomes. Jeffrey Dahmer! Stop! I will begrudgingly
Roman
forego
back.
the scientific method
my boy
for a
price.
quicker,
This is-
simpler
I mean, it's
replication
great. Oh
of
my
the
God,
experiment.
it's so
Patton, we will need you to talk about anything you want for the next minute. All
Go,
right,
Patton,
but
go.
hold on to your ears because I'm about to talk them off. Hold on to my ears. Done and done.
Oh,
great,
God.
great. Ew, you
He's-
put those back on right now, mister. I can't hear you. I need you to focus. Oh, right, okay.
God,
so
he's
do
body
I just
horror.
start talking whenever
I love
will
it.
cue you? But before you begin,
I don't know.
don't
what
think
it is.
about a goldfish in a condom. Okay. That works. Go. Once upon a time, there was a golden girl. Good save. Who lived in a condominium. Okay, Logan, has it been a minute yet? Not even close.
No.
But you did exactly what I needed you to do. Patton did a real good job. You know, you took some creative liberties, but I give you my blessing. In Wegner's experiments, subjects were asked to speak about whatever they wanted, with only one caveat. They were not allowed to think about a white bear. Despite that rule, according to Wegner, subjects mentioned the bear about once per minute. Okay, so I can't stop him. Awesome news. It is, isn't it? But either way, you are not creativity. Yeah, that is the brave, handsome, unbeatable Roman.
Oh, Mommy, I don't want the mashed potatoes.
Creativity is about
Roman, baby.
butterflies and magic. That's not you. You're stinky.
Yeah.
Scary. Me? Scary? No. That sounds like a you problem. Or a him problem.
Wait!
Like it or not, the Duke does encompass a portion of your imagination. Imaginative sure is a kind word for him. I agree. How about demented? Why are you defending him? I'm not. I'm just trying to be intellectually honest with Thomas. Sounds like bullshit. This dog's deceit in disguise. No! What? Again? Deceit? Show yourself! No,
What?
It's actually me. I knew that. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a little silly. Then why are you lying? lying. You just said the Duke is Thomas's imagination. Yeah, unlike a certain potty mouth in this room, imagination is good. Did you guys know that dork means whale penis? I call Logan a whale penis, is what I'm saying. Thomas,
What?
You have to understand that
Also-
life is not so black and white, as they say.
Roman gets along with the sea. Logan is getting along with the
they're
Duke.
your sides. That's how you see
That's
them.
interesting.
That's not the only way he
Oh,
sees me.
Jesus.
Please leave Joan out of this.
Oh, what's that?
That is something Joan would do. Why
Yeah.
would I even have two creativities anyway? Why isn't Roman all-encompassing? Because of your view of creativity and imagination as a purely good force. At a young age, you filed away products of your imagination as either welcome or forbidden. This
He's
led
cursed
to the
content.
development
That's
of
him.
two
Cursed
separate
content.
sides of your creativity. Wait, so my creativity split in two. Into what? Into a butthole? Into two parts during your development, yes. Like an ovum. The Duke is like Roman's twin, the embodiment of bad imagination,
I love
which is
it.
primarily experienced by you via intrusive thoughts. You made me this way, Thomas. I was the unloved brother from the Genesis. Roman and I are Cain and Abel. And that cane up your butt makes you unable to explore more mature ideas in your content. What is it with you and butts? Hey, prude, your art is bad. You're attacking my livelihood now? Thomas's friends and family is one thing, but his work is nothing sacred? Yeah, wait, what about my friends and family? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you forget the part where I'm your creativity? Obviously, I have opinions on the matter. But are they opinions that matter? Especially if they're hurting you. For someone who prefers salty flavors, your videos are rather saccharine. What will your legacy be? Will you even have one? How about this? You get buck naked on camera and self-immolate to Taylor Swift's Shake It Off. Now that'll leave an impression. Wow, I hate him. I hate him. I'm just gonna hate. I wouldn't want my legacy to be subjecting people to something they didn't want to see. Why not? That's life. People seeing, hearing, and experiencing things they'd rather not see, hear, or experience. Maybe
I
so.
love you're out of it.
But I
I love the
don't
green
want to add to
screen.
life's unpleasantness. Oh, so you're going to baby them? Do you want to rock the cradle, Daddy? Rock the cradle in the treetop?
I'm just
Is the
blowing
cradle in
them.
a treetop? No
Shut
one
up.
knows. Irresponsible parenting. Or do you want to be the wind that causes the cradle to fall? And then the baby dies. That's horrible. Look, pleasant metaphors aren't really my strong suit. You have a strong suit? I do. My birthday suit. Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
new metaphor. Nudging the baby bird to leave the nest and take flight. Okay, there! Yes! That's it! Oh, maybe there's hope for you after all! Wait for it. And the baby bird immediately flies straight into an unseen jet turbine and causes the entire plane to come crashing down! And no one survives! What is your deal? What is my deal? Bitch, what is your deal? I'm your creativity. What is that?
Take a
Say
drinking
about
game.
You. My deal? Thomas doesn't have a deal. If I have a deal, then Thomas has a deal. Deal or no deal? Roman is Thomas's creativity too, so... Do I need to remind you of what Thomas was thinking about last night? I just did what I do as one of Thomas's sides. If I am awful, then so is Thomas. Not all thoughts have some profound meaning behind them. Some are worthless. Virgil, you've never been one to soften the truth. Why would you aspire to be so boring? Those thoughts weren't Thomas. So what? Thomas thought someone else's thoughts? Do we have ourselves a classic case of brain swap? Maybe. He's right. Really? Not you. The Duke. Oh? The reality is, you thought those thoughts, Thomas. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is Thomas a bad person? Why do you keep asking that? We still haven't gotten an answer. He hasn't acted on any of the thoughts yet, so at least there's that. Okay. But there's definitely something wrong with him. And unfortunately, he's not the naturally good person that you wish he was, Patton. But Thomas always tries to put others before himself. We've all seen it. Yeah, he can act like a good person, just like Deceit can act like you. But we've also seen that doing what he thinks is right can be pretty difficult for him. Okay, you two are blowing this way out of proportion. Logan, I'm sorry, but Thomas can't logic his way out of this one. Facts are facts, and the fact is, Thomas had twisted thoughts that a stable person would never have. Actually, a stable person, as you put it, could absolutely have those thoughts. Shut your mouth or I'll tear off your nipples and shove them up your nose. Okay, so we just have to fake it till we make it? Ooh, like how Thomas is going to imagine making a sandcastle out of Joan's ashes until he actually gets to do it. Stop! No, like how you fake being good at something until you are. And this something is being a good person. But how do you fake not thinking about something? Yeah, didn't we try that earlier when we talked about just like heaven? Why? In trying to distract yourself from those unwanted thoughts, you seem to have created a mental connection between 2005's Just Like Heaven and last night's intrusive thoughts that wouldn't have otherwise existed. Oh, I'm here with the main characters from Just Like Heaven.
Don't do it.
David Abbott and Elizabeth Masterson. And I can do with them as I please. No, not David Abbott and Elizabeth Masterson! You bastard. Okay, you can't pretend that that isn't happening. I'm about to smash the Hulk. You can pretend on the outside. What does that even mean? As long as these kinds of thoughts stay in Thomas's head, turn into a ghost, then that's good enough for now. Turn into the Hulk! Patton, of course they would stay in my head. Why would I want to do any of this in real life?
Oh,
you
God.
tell us. You're the one who's thinking about it. Yeah, I didn't make him throw the baby. I merely gave him a baby and a large, sharp knife. Not acting on every thought that he has isn't faking anything. I can't think of how one would fake not doing something other than by doing something and hiding that they're doing it. Ooh, how fun! You know who could help us with that? One of you is enough. No, you guys aren't understanding me. They would stay in Thomas's head because he would pretend like he never had the thoughts in the first place. So we're back to repression then. Logan said that
what is
doesn't
repression?
work. That's what repression is? Well, what other options do we have?
No.
Virgil, I don't want to do what he says. You mean you don't want to act on what you think? Virgil, enough.
Virgil.
Here we go, Virgil.
Come on.
Looks like Logan has reached his listening to others limit for the day. This is not about me wanting to be listened to. You all are not listening to Thomas. What he's saying is worth noting. But what if he's lying? I can assure you he's not. You're just expressing an unhealthy amount of concern. Thank you for being on guard. But for now, you must listen. You have to believe me, Virg. Patton, I am not at all enticed by anything the Duke is saying. I do not identify with anything about him. Dress me up however you want, Thomas. I can be covert if you'd like. Psychologist Dr. Norman Epstein once said, if a thought like that pops into your head, but you're not bothered by it at all, that could be a problem. Does Thomas seem bothered to you? He does. But what about Jeffrey Dahmer? He was pretty bothered, too. He certainly was bothered. As a child. And he outgrew those feelings. Thomas is still distraught by his forbidden thoughts as an adult. Furthermore, Jeffrey Dahmer went on to murder innocent people. Say, how many people have you murdered, Thomas? None. Well, that can't be where the bar is. Patton, you of all sides should know that it isn't. Thomas, you're a religious man, correct? Yeah, but there have been plenty of bad religious people throughout history. Well, I cannot argue with that. Religion is not perfect, but when it is not abused, piety is just as valid as the innumerable other ways to live a principled life. To the best of your ability, you try to live your life based on a moral code set by your faith, correct? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, love thy neighbor as thyself, etc. Yeah. Thou shalt not kill is one such principle, but it certainly couldn't be said that that's where the figurative bar has been set. Couldn't all this talk of religion create a connection between Thomas's beliefs and his intrusive thoughts? Careful, Virgil. You're giving me ideas. Actually, Virgil, Thomas's faith and his relationship with the Duke are and always have been inextricable. I don't know about all that. Thomas's Catholic upbringing has instilled in him that thought is a precursor to action. Consider some of the 7 deadly sins: greed, pride, envy, lust, wrath.
I love 7 deadly
5
sins.
of the 7 deadly sins are committed in your head. There's a reason why the Duke has continuously used religious language. He's playing to your sensitivities. It's fine if you disapprove of toxic thinking, but you can't banish any and all unpleasant thoughts when there's a constant stream of thoughts going through your head at all times. The Duke was right. What? Not only does
Don't be
repression
disgusting.
not work,
Ugh.
but it can be very bad indeed. I understand that your natural human reaction when you see something disturbing is to look away, but if you let me examine the Duke's contributions, then I could expose him for being unrealistic and figuratively dress him down.
Oh, well, if that's what you wanted, Logan, you could have just said so.
Oh, Jesus.
I said figuratively, and that is why I say it.
That is why I say it.
The real problem here
God, I
isn't
love you,
the
Logan.
disgusting drivel coming from the Duke.
Ooh, thank you for the alliterative regards, Logan. I love being given 2 D's at once.
Okay, then what is the real problem, Logan? It's you.
Uh-oh, looks like the cat's out of the ball bag. Despite his best efforts, Virgil could never stop being the bad guy.
Oh, and, Patton.
Oh!
Scratch?
Patton? How? He's being too strict. Oh my goodness. Patton is being too strict. It's not me for once? What does that mean? Am I cool? Does this make me cool? Am I being cool?
Yes.
Oh
Oh!
my gosh. My teeth. Yeah, I thought you said...
I changed my mind. I'm unpredictable like that. I bet that really gets to you, huh, Logan? The opposite of rationality. There is no rhyme or reason to what I do. I just do. And what I do is wreak havoc.
I'd say you just
Oh,
reek.
God, I can't even
Figuratively.
look.
Also, literally, though.
Oh, what do you have to say to that, Duke? Thank you. Reek is what I was going for. Well, I mean, my deodorant's flavor is pickled poo logs.
Flavor. Deodorants don't have
Oh,
flavor.
God,
You don't eat
Logan, I
deodorant.
can't actually... Oh.
Maybe you don't.
Bye,
Okay, I got
bye.
one, guys. Since we call Roman Princey, does that mean we should call you... Dookie?
Dookie? I love it. Please do.
Right. Okay, well, there really is nothing you can say to him.
Or you could just call me by my name.
Remus. You told me? Right off the bat?
Remus?
Just like that?
Of course I did, Dr. Seuss. I would never hide anything from you.
The truth is, Remus, you don't get to me in the slightest. Object impermanence renders you pretty unintimidating. What's so frightening about something with no real-world impact?
Oh, shut up, nerdy Wolverine.
How about you shut up?
You wouldn't know impact
Go,
if
Logan.
it hit you in the face. Oh, you killed him.
He does make an impact, does he?
Oh,
Yeah, I would have gotten a full night's sleep if it weren't for him.
Lack of sleep can negatively affect your memory, it weakens your immune system, and it increases your risk of heart disease.
go, Logan,
And
I
that's only
love
some
you.
of the potential
Stop
side
beating him
effects.
up.
Right, yeah, exactly. Ooh, maybe I am a little scary.
However, your lack of sleep last night was the result of Virgil's reaction to Remus, not Remus himself. So, the Duke only has power over you because Virgil and Patton believe that he does. Because you fear him. Without that, he'd have a much harder time hurting you. So what do you think? Can we logic our way out of this one?
I think we can.
Not really. No, there's no way to force intrusive thoughts out of your head. Please pay attention.
Oh,
That said, you can learn to better deal with intrusive thoughts.
My devious plan was a success. You were all momentarily distracted.
yeah, I'm fucking terrified of this guy.
Anyway,
God,
this
Jesus.
issue extends...
Extends? You remember that erection medicine?
This issue goes beyond taking Remus seriously. Another major concern is when you try too hard to make sense of him.
All of those horrible thoughts. I mean, they have to mean something.
No, they don't. Virgil was right. Not all thoughts are meaningful. Remus said it himself, and I'm sure he'll say it again.
There is no rhyme or reason to what I do. I just do. A scoodly boo. Oh, maybe there is a rhyme.
If you aggressively interrogate Thomas about why the Duke said or did something, then you're only going to hurt Thomas. I mean, look at him now. He barely got any rest, due in large part to you two chastising him all night.
I acted like a real beehole.
Ooh.
Wait, is he gone? No, I think he's gone.
Nails on a chalkboard!
Oh, jeez.
Literally, like fingernails nailed to a chalkboard. Oh my gosh, it got worse. I didn't think it could get worse. Oh!
Don't do that. Never check to see if you've successfully gotten rid of him.
Oh, why is Remus becoming such a nuisance right now?
Well, how are you doing right now?
I don't know. I'm fine.
Virgil, how's he doing?
He recently realized he's a bigger liar than he thought he was. He doesn't understand himself. He's committed to skipping a big callback, and he's sleep deprived. So yeah, he feels like a piece of dirt who has no control over his life.
Okay, yeah.
And that is precisely why the Duke feels like such a threat, in part at least. The feeling that you may be a bad person who doesn't have control over yourself or your destiny causes you to fear that you may actually act on these thoughts.
What if you sniffed your dog's spot?
Shut up. I guess that makes sense. I mean, I sound the alarm whenever Roman suggests Thomas talk to a cute guy, so it follows that I would have even more of a reaction to Remus's suggestions.
Speaking of suggestions, when are you actually going to jump out of a moving car? I've been bringing it up for years. Still nothing.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty used to that one. But to view the Duke's contributions as suggestions is almost exaggerative. This issue is more of a matter of over-control than impulse control.
So it is okay to jump out of a moving car?
No.
But it is okay if the thought of jumping out of a car happens to cross your mind.
Okay, well, we've heard a lot about what not to do. What can we do?
Well, I'd imagine that you will now recognize many of the Duke's contributions as intrusive thoughts, which is actually really important. You must accept that these thoughts just happen. And again, the substance of these thoughts typically provide no insight into your true character.
But Poopy!
It's like if you had a child who, despite all of your best efforts, refuses to stop screaming on an airplane.
Poopy!
There's no out. Just accept it. They'll tire themselves out in time, and you can better address the issue later. There's no rush for you.
Poopy.
It's okay. Just keep doing whatever you were doing before. The other passengers on the plane might become frustrated, and that's okay too. Everything is okay.
Wow. That was amazing, Logan.
And you can always talk to someone. Wegner, who I mentioned earlier, as well as psychologist James Pennebaker, found that subjects who talked about their thoughts often felt better emotionally and physically. According to one study, in the United States, roughly 1 in 50 people suffer from intrusive thoughts. So you're not alone. And if you can't find a personal friend who will listen or understand, then you should consider seeing a professional if the thoughts are really troubling you.
I don't know.
If you have joint problems, you see a rheumatologist. If you have stomach problems, you see a gastroenterologist. And therefore, if you have mental health problems, you see
A therapist.
and or a psychiatrist. When something is hurting you or inhibiting you, you seek someone who can help.
I didn't realize
What an impossible standard I've been setting. I can't control every little thing that pops into your head. This may be unnecessary, but it's okay if you sometimes think some icky thoughts, Thomas. You have my permission. Actually, that does kind of help, Patton. And as for you... that's really not necessary, Thomas. Why don't you just take a breather, kiddo?
Yeah, I should.
You know, it's funny. You used to really unsettle me. I thought that you were some terrible illness.
I can see that you're just a common cold, a mild inconvenience that's gone before you know it.
You tickle me, Emo. No, I enjoyed this. Good seeing you again, Virgil. Ah, it was just like old times. I can see now why everyone was reluctant to tell me what was going on. Roman! You're alive! I love you!
Are you good?
I don't know. Oh, are you hurt at all? My head's fine. More than anything, I feel like I was struck by a realization. Like Einstein with the apple. You mean Newton? Oh, shut up, nerdy Wolverine. No! Oh, I mean... I'm sorry, Logan. I didn't mean that. It's quite all right, Roman. However, the more pertinent question is Thomas all right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm all right. All right. Am I right?
That was not all right. That word's been said so much now that it sounds all wrong.
Well, I believe I was summoned to help address this matter, and it seems to be settled now. Your next course of action should be settling into bed for the night to revitalize your immune system as well as your short-term memory. You wouldn't want to forget everything you've just learned.
Logan, thank you so much.
Oh, please, don't mention it. Just another day's work.
No, seriously, you're really cool.
Yeah, I'll try not to pester you too much tonight, kiddo. Now, I can't promise that I'll never have another knee-jerk reaction, but I can try to make peace with whatever thoughts dance through your head, whether they be sugar plums or smelly bums. Or that. This was fun. A Thomas sandwich hold the Roman lettuce. You should really make that the usual because Roman will make you sick. And yet, as soon as I was removed from the picture, Thomas had a dookie problem. Thomas already made a dookie joke. Bye! Don't like him. So, you have a brother?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's a little like looking into a funhouse mirror. But instead of a giant head or like long legs and a tiny torso, it shows you everything you don't want to be. It doesn't sound like a very fun house. Yeah. But whatever, you know? He's gone now and he's never coming back. Oh,
No.
I don't think that's... Bye!
No, Robin!
Virgil? You okay, buddy? Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm a little disappointed in myself. I thought that I would be able to protect you from them. The dark sides? The others. I thought I knew how to handle them. Oh, well, I think we're all trying to figure them out for now. It'll take some time to figure everything out. Yeah, but I should know better. Isn't that kind of unfair? Why should you be held to a different standard than any other side? Because I was one of them.
No!
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm sorry that you all had to see any of that. The Duke stuff, I mean. Or Remus. I know that intrusive thoughts, especially intrusive thoughts of the disturbing variety, are a taboo subject that can be scary to deal with. And sometimes scarier to talk about, even though it's a relatively common phenomenon. It's easy to feel like you've crossed some line and thought the unthinkable, but please, if there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. Those thoughts that you may have thought do not define you. We are thinking machines. Your brain generates ideas so easily, you literally do it in your sleep. So a thought alone cannot make you a bad person, especially an unwelcome thought. To echo the words of American journalist Paul Roberts, in the end, hidden thought, the one we have been trained to block at every turn, may simply be that we are
really okay. Until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out.
Go to bed.
Okay. Before closing out this video, are you in the mood for food? Always, you say? Well, that is a mood. And now with HelloFresh, you can create new, exciting meals each and every week. Trust me, as someone who was at one point physically terrified of entering my own kitchen, partially due to a bad dream about demonic fridges, HelloFresh makes conquering the kitchen a reality with its 6-step recipe cards. 6 steps. It's that easy. And I love a meal that does not play hard to get. Like this chickpea-powered Mediterranean couscous. Trust me, before today, I didn't even know what any of those words meant. But now I know they mean friggin' delicious. You also have 3 plans to choose from and can switch back and forth on. Classic, veggie, and family. Oh, easy. You're not gonna eat your family. With Family Plan, you get meals that are guaranteed to appease even the pickiest of eaters.
Kid tested and approved.
Yay!
See, I don't even know that kid. He breaks into my apartment and steals my HelloFresh meals.
Get out! Get out of here! Why do you do these things? I have changed the lock 5 times! Stop it!
HelloFresh is now from
Yeah, I love that. That's
$6.99 per
great.
serving. That's less than your usual delivery cost. You can get started making delicious meals that will impress even the most scrutinizing of parent. That's right, called you out, Mom. With 8 free meals,
What
that's $80 off your
This is
first
the
month
best
of
advert.
HelloFresh by going to HelloFresh.com and entering
Oh, I
the
need
promo
to
code
laugh.
ThomasSanders80.
I think I need to
Give it
laugh.
a try and get the most meal for your moolah.
Fuck off. Why do you have to eat it? Stop. Stop eating this. Is it soap? Improperly. I wonder what it actually is. I wonder what he's actually eating. And then he just eats more.
All done!
It's a
Gross. All right, I'm gonna go make the promo
it's
for this video.
deodorant. There we go.
Seconds, anyone?
Stop eating deodorant, you motherfucker.
There's a snake in my butt.
Oh my god! Oh, that was a lot to take in. That was a lot to take in. Holy mother of heavens of earth. Oh, give me a minute. Oh, okay, thoughts. Oh god, yeah, I can see why they needed a content warning. Thing is, I thought that there wasn't gonna be a dark side, or at least it was said there wasn't. To be honest, in my list of things, I said dark side. I was technically right that this is about Roman, but it wasn't him. My hand just slipped from the table. That's how tired I am. Remus. Did I get that right? I'm so tired. So if I get that wrong, kill me. Him. The Duke. Holy mother. It's basically, that's the closest we're gonna get to Pride, guys. He's not Pride, he's Intrusive Thoughts, but that is an amazing... Oh god, he's actually legit creepy. I was unsettled the entire time. I think you could probably see. He's a creative villain. I kept saying I love the outfit. The fact that Roman and him are brothers is amazing. I'm sad that Roman just skedaddled without saying anything, because that's probably going to say a lot. Especially with, you know, Roman's insecurities happening lately. He's probably not helping that one out. I'm trying to go this in order. I'm going to say Logan next, because Logan was the MVP of the entire episode. God bless him. Again, I found it interesting that, well, this was an opposite effect. So how, like, Roman kind of got along with deceit, but then Roman was the one who ultimately ended deceit. And Logan and Remus, you know, but, you know, he agreed, but in a sense he beat him out. I like that. That's a really interesting aspect. You know, the ones that kind of see the most is also the ones who can kind of cancel them out. I'm glad that they commented that pattern's a bit too strict. You know, he is a bit too high-strung when it comes to, you know, his moralities. And he did feel bad, and he's going to try and stop that. That's really good. I think that might help him. I don't know how much, but it'll help him. And then he looked really, like, upset, like, thinking about that. I was like, oh, shit. And then Virgil. Oh, my God. I can't believe he said it. I can't believe he said it. The fact that I am also, we'll go up and down, but the fact that they went back on the point of the last episode doing a decision that he's not too happy about doing, and Pam was like, oh shit. Like, that means because next part's going to be allegedly part 2 of, you know, selflessness versus selfishness. Or it could be later down the line, we don't know. I'm going to assume it's part 2. And that's going to be a real kicker, because, to be honest, I thought I was going to be, like, calling Pan out again, but addressing it here, and then with Virgil as well. Also, I'm very hot. Do you know how hot it is wearing my Virgil jacket while fucking doing this video? Sorry, I swear like a sailor. Maybe I'm Remus. Oh, God. I felt so bad for him. I really did. And it was so testy. Notice that when Thomas said the dark sides, Virgil says, no, the others. So they're not really the dark sides. It really is something Roman made up. Or at least it's not something that Virgil is confirming, in a sense. I've kind of come to take that you kind of have to really pay attention to Virgil's words, because he says things differently, or he'll unallegedly, you know, kind of confirm things that the others might not, in that kind of sense. Virgil and Pat need to chill those tits. Because, oh my God, Roman, my baby was on the floor the entire time. When he got hit on the back of the head, that scared me. And I was like, shh. That felt like a horror movie. The hands coming out. I was like, oh my God. Music was beautiful. This was really something I wasn't expecting. None of this was what I was expecting. But I love that he's got a brother, and he literally gave his name away in like 2 seconds flat, so... The writing was subpar. Excellent. Beautiful. I don't know what the word is. It's amazing. I don't know if it's a powerful word. Probably not. It was... ooh! The creepiest episode, and pushes to show what they can really do. This was bang on amazing. If I thought the last episode was beautiful in its funny, fast-paced writing, then I think this one is wonderful for just the unsettling performance, the writing, the music, the oh God, the blood. When Logan's teeth came out, that I literally couldn't look at that. That was a bit of a... And I'm normally fine with a lot of content stuff. It's just physical gore. Freaks me out. But oh my God, where are we gonna go from here? Because he said it. He said he was a dark side. That, not in front of the others, but to be honest, I want to make a theory that he keeps getting called out by the dark sides, but the others don't seem to be like, hey, what are they talking about, Virgil? Do they know already that he's a dark side? They could do. Because it could honestly just be Thomas who only doesn't know. It's a bit unclear if the others do or not. Though they've been with him for ages, so you know, I think 2 and 2, they'd probably know. But this is going to be interesting going further on with Virgil, with Patton. Roman's still repressing it. God, he's been repressing that for a long time. Again, sorry if I missed stuff in the video. Sorry if I didn't react or said the wrong interpretation. I'm probably going to go back to bed myself now. I want to quickly say on the intrusive thoughts, because I haven't said about that, and that was the main bulk of the video. Oh God, I relate to that so hard. The intrusive thoughts, the jump out of the car situation, you know, I think we all get them. And I don't really want to do it here, but I do suffer quite a lot from that stuff, especially with severe depression. So I really did relate to how Thomas reacted. It was like, it's not pleasant. It's not a nice thought to have those horrible things come into your head and just to scream it so loudly. But Logan's right, you know. All they are is thoughts. They can't do anything. They don't mean anything. It's just your mind playing tricks. And you just gotta have to accept it. Don't ignore them. Just let them ride out. And I think this was a nice video for me to learn. Yeah. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. I did actually do a reaction video on the blooper video. But that's me giggling like a madman for like quite a long time. So if people want to see that, you know, I might do if people want to. But for now, Midi signing out, guys. Bye.